Living in one of the most expensive and densely packed cities on Earth, the people of Singapore have become absolute masters of the small space. When every square foot costs a fortune and the average home would fit inside a single Western living room, you learn very quickly to make every corner work hard. And the result is genuinely inspiring. These tiny apartments do not feel cramped or claustrophobic. They feel clever, calm, and complete. Today I want to show you 21 tiny Singapore apartment ideas that just make sense, the kind of small space tricks that, once you see them, you will wonder how you ever lived without. Whether your home is large or small, I promise there is something here for you. So let us dive in. Number 1. The platform bed with built-in drawers. The base of the bed is not just empty space pretending to be furniture. It lifts open or pulls out into deep, wide drawers that swallow bedding, suitcases, and out-of-season clothes. In a home with no spare cupboard to give, the area beneath where you sleep quietly becomes one of the biggest storage spaces in the entire apartment, and you never even see it. It is the single change most worth making in a small bedroom, and once you have it, an ordinary bed with empty space underneath starts to look almost wasteful. Number 2. The loft bed above a desk. By lifting the bed up high against the ceiling, the valuable floor beneath it is freed for a proper desk, a wardrobe, or a small lounging spot. A single patch of floor ends up doing the work of 2 whole rooms, a bedroom stacked neatly on top of a study, which is exactly the kind of thinking that makes tiny living actually pleasant. For a teenager or a student in particular, it can turn a box room into a complete little world of its own. Number 3. The fold-down dining table. Hinged to the wall, the table drops down when it is time to eat and folds flat away the moment the meal is over. For most of the day, it is simply a slim panel against the wall, taking almost no space at all, and then in seconds it becomes a full surface for the family. It is the perfect answer to a room that has to be many things at once: a study by morning, a dining room by evening, and an open space again by night. Number 4. The wall bed. Tucked vertically into a cabinet, the bed folds down at night and disappears completely by day, turning a bedroom back into a living room or a study. A single room lives 2 entirely separate lives, one for sleeping and one for everything else, and the floor space is doubled without a single wall being moved. Number 5. Sliding doors instead of swinging ones. A door that swings open needs a clear arc of empty floor just to function, floor a tiny home cannot spare. A sliding door glides flat along the wall instead, reclaiming that wasted space entirely. Across a whole apartment, those reclaimed arcs add up to a surprising amount of usable room. Number 6. A large mirror to open up the room. A well-placed mirror bounces light around and visually doubles the sense of space, making a snug room feel airy and open. It costs little, it requires no renovation, and it tricks the eye so effectively that a small space can feel genuinely generous, all from a single sheet of glass on the wall. Placed opposite a window, it can even bounce daylight into the darker corners of the home. Number 7. Storage that climbs to the ceiling. Instead of stopping cabinets at head height, here they run all the way up to the ceiling, using the tall, empty air that most homes simply waste. The top shelves hold the things you rarely need, and the whole room gains an enormous amount of storage without taking a single extra inch of precious floor. That strip of air between the cabinets and the ceiling is dead space in most homes, and here it simply refuses to go to waste. Number 8. The bay window seat with hidden storage. Where the wall steps out into a low window ledge, the space beneath it lifts open into a deep storage box, topped with a cushion to become a cozy seat. It is a reading nook, a guest perch, and a hidden cupboard all in one, turning an architectural quirk into one of the most loved spots in the home. Number 9. Hooks and racks on the back of every door. The flat surface of a door is prime real estate that most people completely ignore. Here it is covered in hooks and slim racks holding bags, towels, cleaning tools, and accessories, putting otherwise dead vertical space to constant, daily use without cluttering a single shelf. Number 10. The pegboard and magnetic strip kitchen. Rather than filling drawers, kitchen tools hang in plain sight on a pegboard, and knives cling to a magnetic strip on the wall. Everything is visible, everything is within reach, and the limited drawer and counter space is freed for the tasks that truly need it. A small kitchen suddenly works like a much larger one. Cooking becomes faster too, because nothing is buried at the back of a drawer when every tool is hanging right in front of you. If you are getting ideas for your own home already, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button, because the second half of this list has some of the smartest tricks of all. Number 11. Nesting tables and stools. Smaller pieces tuck neatly inside larger ones, so a single side table can become 3 when guests arrive, then shrink back down to 1 when they leave. You get all the flexibility of plenty of furniture with the footprint of barely any, exactly what a small home needs. Number 12. The pull-out drawer under the sink. The awkward space around the pipes beneath the sink is shaped into a custom pull-out drawer, reclaiming a corner that is wasted in almost every other kitchen on Earth. Cleaning supplies and bin bags slot neatly away, and not a single inch goes begging. It is the kind of detail you would never notice until you saw it, and then suddenly miss in every other kitchen you ever stand in. Number 13. The ceiling-mounted drying rack. A rack high overhead lowers on a cord to be loaded with laundry, then rises back up into the warm air near the ceiling to dry. The floor stays completely clear, no bulky frame blocks the room, and dead ceiling space is put to work doing one of the home's most space-hungry chores. Number 14. The built-in shoe cabinet at the door. A slim, tall cabinet by the entrance hides every pair of shoes behind a clean front, with a handy surface on top for keys and a plant. The entrance stays tidy. Nobody trips over a tangle of footwear, and the very first impression of the home is calm and ordered. Number 15. The sofa that becomes a bed. By day, it is a comfortable couch. By night, it unfolds into a bed for an overnight guest. A tiny apartment with no spare room can still welcome friends and family to stay, all thanks to one clever piece of furniture that quietly does the job of a whole extra bedroom. It means a small home never has to feel closed off to the people you love, which is worth more than any amount of square footage. Number 16. Floating shelves on the walls. Slim shelves fixed directly to the wall hold books, plants, and treasures without the bulk of a standing bookcase eating into the floor. They draw the eye upward. They keep the floor open and easy to clean, and they give a small room personality without making it feel crowded. Number 17. Corner shelving. The awkward, neglected corners of a room, usually left to gather dust, are fitted with shelves that turn dead angles into useful display and storage. It is a small idea, but in a home where every corner counts, reclaiming them all adds up to real, usable space. Number 18. The retractable clothesline. A line that pulls out from a reel when needed and disappears back into the wall when it is done gives you drying space the moment you want it and clears completely the moment you do not. No permanent rack hogging the room, just a clean wall until the next wash. Number 19. The slim console behind the sofa. A narrow table tucked along the back of the sofa creates a surface for lamps, drinks, and books without claiming any new floor at all. It defines the living area, adds function, and uses a strip of space that would otherwise be entirely forgotten. Number 20. Light colors and glass to feel bigger. Pale walls, clear surfaces, and glass furniture let light travel freely and keep the eye moving, so the room feels open rather than closed in. It is a simple, almost free trick, but it makes a genuine difference to how large and calm a tiny home feels to live in. Number 21. One room, many zones. With a curtain, a low shelf, or a change of rug, a single room is gently divided into areas for sleeping, working, and relaxing, each with its own feel. Without building a single wall, the home gains the structure and the sense of separation that makes small space living feel organized rather than chaotic. So there you have it, 21 tiny apartment ideas that prove a small home does not have to mean a small life. What I find so inspiring about all of this is the mindset behind it. Instead of complaining about the lack of space, these homes treat every limitation as a puzzle to be solved, and the solutions end up making the home not just bigger, but smarter and calmer too. You do not need a tiny apartment to use any of this. A mirror, a fold-down table, a little storage under the bed. These ideas work in any home, of any size, anywhere in the world. So tell me down in the comments which of these you are going to try first, and which one made you see your own space differently. I read every single comment, and I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.